Hi, it's Elizabeth from Tyne Valley Motorhomes. Today we'll be doing the handover video of the Autotrail Commanche. Batteries, and then we've got your hookup point. So when you're hooking up your vehicle to the cable, you want to remember to lift the collar on the cable and then attach it to your vehicle and then attach the cable to the mains, and then when you're disconnecting, disconnect from the mains and then the vehicle, so you're never walking around with a live lead. And just behind your hookup point, you've got another wet locker just so you can store your boots or anything dirty that you don't want to store inside the vehicle. And then just underneath at the back, we've got your wastewater drain off point. So you just turn the handle back and any wastewater in the tank will drain out of here. So you want to do this when you're leaving a site, so you're never travelling with the added weight of the wastewater. But also during winter, you don't want any water in the tanks to freeze and cause frost damage. So you always want to drain your tanks out before the weather gets cold. And then we've got a locker leading to the inside of the vehicle for extra storage. Next, we've got your external shower point. So you want to have your freshwater tank full and your water pump turned on. And then you want to push the blue lever back and the black cap will pop off. And then you want to attach your shower. And then once you're done, again, push the blue cap off and pull your shower part off, and then put your cap back on, just push it on and it'll click into place. And just behind your shower point, we've got your freshwater filler point, so you'll need a hose pipe and some adapters, as some sites just provide a brass tap. Once you're done filling, just remember to close your lid and lock it with a key so no one can tamper with your fresh water. Under the vehicle behind your back wheel on the driver's side, we've got your freshwater drain off point. So with this one, you just want to twist the handle round and then the water will drain out. Again, you can do this when you're leaving a site, so you're not travelling home with the added weight of your fresh water. But again, when you're winterising your vehicle, you want to drain out all the water so it doesn't freeze and cause frost damage in your vehicle. At the back of the vehicle in the garage, you've got your tie down ring all the way through to the other side. In the corner here, we've got your boiler drain down. So when you want to keep the water in the boiler, the yellow toggle wants to be facing the back of the vehicle. However, when you want to drain your boiler down, push the toggle up so it's pointing to the roof of the vehicle. You want to do this when you are winterising your vehicle, so you're not leaving any water in the tank to freeze and cause frost damage through the colder months. But also, when you are travelling home, you don't need to travel home with the added weight of the water, so you can dump most of the water out of the boiler as well. At the back of the vehicle at the top, we've got your reversing camera. And then we've also got your spare wheel container. Here's the garage from the other side. Next, we've got your cassette. So as long as the blade on the inside of the toilet is closed, you can pull the handle up and slide your cassette out. And then to empty it, you just want to twist your spout round and unscrew the cap. And then when you're emptying, pressing the orange button, this just allows some air in and stops it from glugging. Then you want to give it a good swirl around with some fresh water, empty it out again, and then put some blue or green liquid in the cap, and then it's ready for use again. The release for your gas locker is just behind your passenger seat. And then in your gas locker, it will hold 2 6-kilogram gas bottles. And you always want to make sure that you tie them in nice and tight with your straps. When you're connecting your pigtail to the gas bottle, remember it's left to tighten, right to loosen, opposite way around being gas, and you'll need a spanner to nip this bit up really tight. And then when you've turned your gas flow on the bottles, you also want to press in this black button, which just allows the gas to go through your pigtail and into the vehicle. And at the top here, we've got this yellow button. This is a crash valve, so it needs to be flush with this trimmer unit. If it pops out, just push it in for a couple of seconds and it will allow the gas to flow through to your vehicle. So the first thing you want to do when you get into your vehicle is turn your main control panel on. And then from here, you can turn all your internal lights on and off. You also have a dimmer here, so you can dim and undim lights, and then we've got your awning light for the outside as well. And we've also got your water, so this will tell you how much you've got in your fresh and your wastewater tanks. And then we also have tank heaters for winter. It won't heat the hot water hot, but it will keep it tepid and stop it from freezing in your tanks. And then we also have your water pump here to give you a pressurised flow of water through your vehicle. And then we have your automatic water pump to fill up your freshwater tank if you can't get to the site tap. And then we also have the power, so this will tell you your leisure battery and your vehicle battery status and which one's charging. And then we have your environment, which just tells you your internal and external temperature. Next, we've got your Aldi heating system. So if you click on the indoor, this is your internal heating. So up in the top corner, we've got this green arrow here. So this will turn your heating on and off. And then the plus and arrow is the temperature on the outside. So this is what you can set the temperature to. Just make sure that it's set to whatever's warmer than what the temperature currently is outside. And then you've also got your fan speed here as well. So you can have 1 or 2, depending on how fast you want the air to blow around your vehicle. Then we have your energy. So you can either have 1 kilowatt of electric, 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts of electricity. You can also turn your gas on and off, or you can use them both at the same time, especially when it's cold. It'll get your hot water and heating up to temperature quicker. And last we have hot water. So here you can have off, on, or boost. Boost will take all the energy away from your heating and focus on your hot water for half an hour, just to give you hot water quicker. To turn your fridge on and off, you just want to hold the on button down so your lights appear. And then from here, if you hold the first square down, you can click between your energy sources. So you can either have on automatic, which means it will pick the best energy source possible, or you can manually pick hookup, vehicle, or gas. And we've also got your temperature. So 1 is the warmest, 5 is the coldest. And then when you're storing your vehicle for winter, just pull out this little tab here. And then when you close it, it won't fully shut. So you get airflow between your fridge and the outside so it doesn't grow mold or any funky smells while you're storing it through the winter. In the bathroom, we've got your skylight, and we've got a nice large mirror above your sink, and then a cupboard. And then we've also got your toilet. So the bowl does swivel, so you can have more or less leg room. And then if you press the blue button, you get a flow of water into the bowl. And then you want to open the blade by pushing the lever back. And then always make sure that you shut the blade and close the lid so you don't get any smells through your vehicle. And then on the other side, we've got your shower. So these doors just gently push in, revealing a nice large shower space. And then we've also got a drying rack on the top here, so you can dry any wet clothes or towels. And then the drips just go into the basin and down the plug hole. In the back of the vehicle, we've got your island bed. And then on either side, we've got your cupboards and wardrobes. So this one you can hang your clothes in. And then above your bed, we've got 2 large cupboards. We've also got your TV. And we've got another hanging wardrobe with a nice large mirror. You might not be able to see the steam, but your hot water is running and up to temperature. Here we have all 3 of your gas burner hobs working. Just remember that once you've used them, you want to let the metal fully cool before you put the glass lid down, otherwise it will shatter. Here we've got your grill working on gas. Here we've got your oven working on gas. To turn your front lounge into a double bed, the first thing you want to do is remove the 4 cushions from this side, just so you can access the underside of the bed. Once you've removed all the pillows, you want to then remove the baseboard that was where the table is. pop your freestanding table into the runners, and this will act as your bed base. And then you can put the 4 cushions back down to cover up the bed frame. So once you have all the cushions back in their place, on the other side you can bring the base of the bed forward, slide it into the middle, and then underneath there's a supporting leg that comes down just to give the middle of the bed some support. And then what you want to do is bring the long cushion across into the middle, drop the backrest into the gap, and there you have your large double bed made up in the front of the vehicle. To put it back into your lounge, just reverse the steps, put the cushions back, the base of the bed back, the table back, and then put your cushions back in their original position to use your front lounge again. To use the bed above your cab, you want to pull the base of the bed out and then push the mattress back, and then what you want to do is flip half of it over so it covers the full length of the bed, and then you want to hook your ladders into here, and then you'll be able to climb in and out of bed easily. When you're not going to use the bed, take the ladders and put them back on the top, flip the mattress back over so you can slide the base of the bed back, and then you can get in and out of the cab without banging your head on the base of the bed. When using your radio, the first thing you want to do is turn your radio on. So there's a little rocker switch just to the right which you want to turn on, and then your radio will come on. Then from here, on your home page, you can have your Apple CarPlay or your Android Auto when you've got your phone connected. We've also got your DAB radio station, so you can flick through, or if you click the 3 lines here, you can have a list of radio stations to pick what you'd like to listen to. You've also got your normal radio, and then you've got your Bluetooth and your phone, so you can connect your phone through Bluetooth, and then you can receive calls or have your Spotify playing, and then you can also use your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for your navigation. And just below your radio we've got your air controls, so we've got the temperature here, and then you can have your fans on high, low, got your AC. You can also pick where you want the air to blow. Again, we've got your AC turning on and off here, and then you've got your fan control as well. And next we've got your automatic gear stick, and then we've got your steering wheel. On the left hand side you can flick through different things on your screen. You can also answer and decline phone calls, and then we've got your indicators and your lights. And then on the right hand side we've got your wiper blades, and then obviously got your cruise control here as well. On the back of the steering wheel we've got this button here, so this will flick through different radio stations, and then on the other side we've got your volume controls as well.